Into practice today, knowing that you'll be facing Davis Mills, how does that affect strategy going into Thursday?
Yeah, we've gone back. We've watched, obviously Coach Kelly, their offensive coordinator, was there last year, so we've watched film going back last year, the year before, just to see the scheme. Obviously, Tyrod, was playing really well, so we watched that. When Davis went in, it was pretty much the same thing. They got under center a little bit more. So I think we're just trying to work versus all the different concepts we've seen. Went back to all the preseason games, have a good chance to see Davis play there. Obviously we prepared for him in the draft, so we have a good book on him in terms of all the good things that he does really well. He's an excellent young quarterback. I thought when he went in there, he played well. Had some adversity early on, backed up situation, but then he moved him right down. In 2 minutes, they had a chance to make it a one-score game. So we've watched all that. We're also preparing for Jeff Driscoll, who's come in. You watch him in the Dallas game. He's running some, zone read. So we're preparing for all the zone read stuff. So I don't think too much changes on our end. It really can't on such a short week.
Matt, what did you like about the run defense for you guys this last Sunday, and how important will that be against this offense?
Well, it's going to be really important. They've got great backs. They've got a really good offensive line. They have a good scheme. They challenge you with motions and all sorts of things that make you change your strength. As a quarters team, you're having to push things. You're having to, spin safeties, all this different stuff. So it'll be a challenge. And they're going to continue to run the football. They run it on first down. They run it on second down to be in third manageable. They love to stay ahead of the chains. They like to try to win the physical battle. Complement that with, they have a really nice RPO game and a lot of nakeds, really complex nakeds off of the run game. So they're really well put together. To me, run defense for us is about everyone doing their job, being in their gap. Guys not trying to really anyone to try to do something special. Do your job, play really hard, and let's go tackle. And they have, as I said, they have really good backs, so it'll be a challenge to tackle as well.
You said you guys scouted Davis before the draft. Do you remember kind of what the assessment was?
Yeah, I remember going all the way back to the fall as he started to become a guy. I remember, Marty, talking about him, looking at him, and then obviously when Scott came in, those guys did the full workup on him. But, excellent quarterback, really smart, has a big arm, moves well. Had a huge game. I think it was against against Cal or Washington. I can't remember who it was. And so you see all those things on tape, right? For him to be able to go in there and manage their protections and get in the right runs, you can see how intelligent he is. And, again, he has a big arm and he's extremely accurate.
Coach, with the defensive success you've had so far, what is it about Coach Snow, his style, and the way he prepares that has contributed to that success?
Yeah, I think number one, he has a great staff and he listens and works with his staff. I think, all those guys bring something special to the table. There's guys that have been with Phil for a long time. There's guys that came in last year, and I think they've blended, Jason Simmons and Don Johnston and Al Holcomb, their longtime NFL experience with Mike Saravo, Frank Ocam, Evan Cooper. So, we have this unique blending over there, which I think is awesome. But, Phil is just a worker. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, Phil Snow, I was his graduate assistant. I always laugh. He used to yell for me to, he said, "Is that coffee pot broken?" I had to go check and make sure he had a cup of coffee. He is a special man, a great coach. And, I've never coached a game as the head coach without him as my defensive coordinator. And, we won at Temple in the 4-3. We won at Baylor. We switched to a 3-2 stack. We came here last year playing 4-3 over. Switched, played a little bit of hybrid 3-3. Now we're at the point where we're playing, we're playing under, we're playing bear, we're playing over. We still have all the 3-3 stuff that we haven't really used yet, but we have in. So I think Phil just does an amazing job of taking stock of what he has personnel wise, what they do well, and he's just going to relentlessly work. He doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. If we have success, it doesn't matter to him. We finished the game on Sunday, and I don't think he left the building. I mean, he literally showered, grabbed a sandwich downstairs, and then went upstairs and started working. When he came in the morning, we had to remind him to COVID test because, it was Monday mornings we COVID test. He hadn't been out and come back in yet. So he's an example to all of us young coaches. I'm not a young coach anymore, but I was, of what it means to work and do things, the right way.
Matt, week one, you guys faced another rookie quarterback and you threw a lot at him purposely without giving away the game plan. I imagine you do the same this week. And what types of things can you do to take advantage of a rookie? Yeah,
I think we Phil has a game plan to react to the situations. So, obviously we have a third down plan. We look at people's protections. We look at the routes that they run. Is this a zone game? Is it a man game? We usually have a lot of everything in. as much as the guys can handle. I think the key against this team is getting them into those 3rd and long. They do a really nice job of being in 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 3. So you have to stop the run. And, last week it was a wide zone run game. The first week was a wide zone run game. These guys have wide zone, but they also have power. They also have counter. They also have, quarterback read. They also have dual. So they have all the runs. And so it just brings a unique set of challenges. But in terms of facing a rookie quarterback, at the end of the day, like, one thing about the National Football League, they don't care if you're a rookie or if you're 15 years in. It's just the quarterback. And so I don't think there's anything we're not really based on trickery. I don't think there's anything we can do to trick anyone. I think we have to stop the run, create turnovers, and we have to be way better in the red zone. We've been in the red zone 3 times, 2 times be NFL. We call the red zone 25 and in. So 3 times we've been inside the 25, 3 times we've given up a touchdown. So I know our defense is anxious to prove that we can play better red zone defense, and they're one of the better red zone offenses. So there's a lot of things that we have to do well to have a chance to win the game.
Matt, is this the most multiple of the defense you've been around in your career in terms of the variation of fronts and the different interchangeable parts you guys have that you can implement?
We did a lot of this last year as the year got on. I mean, there was a time early in the year where we were kind of struggling in coverage, and so we just kept it a little simpler. And then I think, you go back to the Lions game, we pressured a ton. And really the end of the year, we were doing a lot of this stuff. So, we were maybe a little more multiple last year in that we were in more of the 3-down stuff. We like to run 3-down versus certain teams. This is a good, this is a team that, that kind of fits, try to take away some of the downhill power runs, force more wide zone. So I think Phil looks at it every week and sees like, hey, what's right, what's good for us, and then again, what do our guys do well? We don't ever want to make it too much about the opponent. We have to take away what they do well, but we also have to play to our players' strengths, and so a lot of our guys are doing a nice job.
Matt, when looking back on the film, was there a common thread in the slow starts from week 1 to week 2, and what are you kind of looking at too?
When you say slow start, what do you mean?
I think you scored 3 points in the second half.
Slow starts in the second half.
Yes.
Yeah, for me, it's hard for me to even go back to last week. I mean, we have to be better, obviously, but I'm so focused on this week and just kind of moving ahead. Like, it's unique. I told the guys I woke up today. It's Tuesday, but it's also Friday. You know what I mean? Like, it's Tuesday after a game, it's Friday before a game. So, I think when we go back and look at the times when we don't have success on offense or defense, for us, it's all about our execution, our assignments, we're not a team that wants to have a ton of my bads. We just want to go out there and everyone do their job and understand that we believe we control how we play, and so anytime we've not had success, I'd say that it's been that hey, everyone hasn't done, coaches, players, everybody, like we haven't done our job at the level we want to. So, and we're going to try to put 60 minutes together, but we also understand there's highs and lows to a game, and great teams ride the highs and lows of a game, and at the end of the day, this game will be won in the fourth quarter in the final 5 or 6 minutes, and so we're going to do everything we can to put ourselves in a good position for that.
Matt, is it easier to coach through adversity or through prosperity?
Yeah, I would say adversity, if you can block out the noise. When you're having adversity, last year when you lost a couple games in a row, if everyone can block out the noise and not start questioning everything, if you can just stay focused, really, these guys in this locker room and in all NFL locker rooms, I mean, they're winners. And so when things aren't going well, they're going to buckle down and they're going to say, okay, what do we need to do to win? And you're going to have elite practice, elite preparation, and you're going to get guys' best games. Let me finish. I'm sorry. So when you second part of your question was when you're having a ton of success, naturally all of us, right? I always tell the guys the hardest thing to do in the world is not become the heavyweight champion, but stay the heavyweight champion, right? Like, just when you have a ton of success, sometimes you can ease up. At the end of the day, we've won 2 games. I mean, if what we did last week seemed special, at the end of the season, we didn't have a very good season. So, we try to be what's next, not as a slogan, but as a way of life. And so, and I think when you turn the tape on, it becomes instantly clear how good a team we're facing. I mean, when you watch their front seven, when you watch Justin Reed, when you watch Mark Ingram, you're like, okay, this is going to be one heck of a football game. I'm sorry about that.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
It's hard for me. I can't tell. You guys all have the masks on. It's the hardest thing in the world. I can't tell who's asking me a question, so forgive me.
Did you guys put Elflin on IR, or is that the plan?
I don't know what Scott's done. I know what we're planning on doing. I don't know what Scott's done yet, so I'll probably wait and have him. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think he's not going to be available to us for a while. So.
With batting down, is this an opportunity for maybe Michael Jordan or Deontay to step up and get some reps?
I don't think that's probably the plan yet. Dennis Daly will start, and then we'll have those other 3 guys ready.
What's the outlook on Etor?
he was feeling like he could play this game. I don't think he'll play this game, obviously. So I'm hopeful for next week. It's a low ankle. It's not a high ankle. So I think it's one of those deals where it's on the inside. Like, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. They say, like, when it's on the inside, it can be a little. So we'll have to kind of wait and see, play it by ear. But I know he was thinking, hey, he felt good, so he was thinking maybe I'd have a chance, but I just don't see it happening.
Just to clarify, you said looks like Pat is going to land on IR.
I did not say that. I said I don't. I just Scott hasn't said it. I probably should have asked him. I don't know what we've done so far.
I think we just literally put him on.
No.
I thought we had, and then he said Pat was limited today, which we don't say our guys, so that's why I just don't want to say the wrong thing. So, but yeah, I mean that's kind of the plan moving forward. So.
What's your level of concern with Morgan? Do you think he'll be able to go?
Yeah, I think Morgan will have a chance to go. We'll have to wake up on game day, get to the game. If you know Morgan Fox, there's that's a true pro. That's a guy that wants to play. So he's doing everything possible to get himself ready to play. He was out there today. Getting whatever he could mentally. I think he'll be he'll have a chance to be ready to go.
Now, I wanted to ask about facing Joey so quickly after he'd been in this building and obviously landed on his feet fairly quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I love Joey Sly. I think when he left, I think I would put it on record. I've been around. Hardest part of this job is having people come and go and all that. That's been the part that's been hardest for me. There's not a classier person and going through that process with, and I think even at the time I accepted you guys. I think sometimes you just need okay, I need to go do something else, and seeing the success he's had early. Obviously, I don't want him to hit the game winner on us, but I can't say enough about who he is, and so I wish him nothing but success moving forward. He's a really good kicker and an even better person.
Matt, on a lighter note, what is your take on this whole golf cart bet with Hassan and Burns on the other side? Sorry,
I have no idea.
Oh, you have no idea? Whoever gets the most sacks, the other guy has to buy a golf cart. I mean, is that stuff like that good for right?
I don't know. I'm sorry I don't pay attention to too much of that stuff. I like seeing Derek Brown up here. Let me say this: I like seeing Derek Brown up here yesterday in a Penn State jacket. I'll say that, and I like the donut he delivered to my office as a Penn Stater. So shout out to Coach Franklin and those guys. But I mean Burns and Hassan is fun. I think all that's good. At the end of the day, I want these guys to have fun. This is a great locker room that we have. We have a good thing in terms of that, so I'm glad they're having fun. But I don't know why I didn't hear that, but I didn't. So my son will probably tell me about it. I'm sure he's heard about it.
That seems to be working out pretty well. You guys brought in Hassan to kind of free up Brian a little bit. That's seemingly working out pretty well.
I think when you watch our defense right now, when we've had success, it's been everybody. It's been the coverage. It's been guys inside pushing the pocket, getting pressure. I mean, that's one thing I've wanted our defense to understand and our team to understand. You win by everyone kind of doing their job, and as we have success as a team, you'll have success as an individual. So instead of trying to do too much, just do your job really well. Trust the guys around you. So, to me, it's not just about Brian. It's not just about Haas. It's about Derek. It's about Shaq. It's about all these guys kind of doing their job at a high level. It's about the game that Dante played. But again, none of that matters. Golf cart. None of that matters if you don't play your best game Thursday night. So all I really care about is hey, we got to have to stop the run and play against a really good Houston Texans team.
What's the deal with the donut?
What's that?
What was the deal with the donut?
I don't know what that was, but I think Derek bought donuts to make up for it. He talked a lot of trash to all the Penn State people. We've got a lot of Penn State guys in this building, and he had a lot to say to Daquan and Yetur and my son and me and Jeremy Scott, our strength coach, and Gus Felder, player development. So, he's had a whole different demeanor this week. So.
Is it easier to rebuild a defense in the NFL than it was in college? Because it seemed like that was the one thing that took more time to develop at Temple and Baylor.
Well, Temple, to be quite honest, was like year 2. We were pretty good on defense. Baylor took 2 years of just first year was bad, second year was okay, third year. I think the biggest thing about Phil is when I say we changed a little bit of our deployment, but it's all the same words. It's all the same. One thing Phil doesn't do, he doesn't panic. So we just tailor it, but it's still the same concepts. If you played for us at Temple and you're here now, we might feature different things, but it's all the same words, same system. I just think at this point, in college you're recruiting some kids to come in and change. Now there's transfers now, but if you're recruiting kids, you kind of bring them at 18. You're hoping hey, in 2 or 3 years we'll have a pretty good defense. We were able to go out and draft well on defense, and I think we were able to go out and get free agents. But also, some of the guys that are here with us in year 2, I think they're playing their best football. Shaq's playing his best football, so JB's playing his best football. Dante's playing his best football. So it's also about the commitment our defensive players have taken. Our defensive players take it really seriously, and so Phil's done a great job. Coach has done a great job, but really, players win games, and our players are preparing and playing well right now.
And still always isn't that willing to adapt for what he's got. I mean, a lot of guys at his age are going to be pretty stuck in their routine. And
Phil's the best football coach I've ever been around. I said that way back at UCLA in 2001. I think I said it last year. Said it now. For me personally, just day to day watching him, So I mean, I just think Phil's he's always done what's needed, and he takes. I'll say he takes unbelievable. I mean, they fight in there. Like, they sit in the same room. Like, they don't sit in their offices. They sit in the same room. And Jason, who played for him, and Sarav, who's been with him forever. They argue over things, but at the end of the day, they have one vision and they come out of it together. So it's a pretty good thing.
Having seen AJ another day, do you think he'll be up Thursday?
We practiced him today, because today was a practice. We didn't. Last year we walked through on the stage. Today we practiced, and so we'll see how he feels, and then we'll see how those guys in defense really worked with him. So I'll see how they felt like he looked. So I have a better answer tomorrow probably.